Good morning, my lovelies. It is Wednesday, the 24th of September, and we're reading on Princess Diana. I started this and she did the forget-me-nots and Palace Slaps back, and then I remembered that I don't have my special mic with me, so I actually restarted because I'm using a different camera, which on my phone, which will hopefully, help the sound. I don't know. Excellent. She's talking about the Palace Slaps back. So let me give you a bit of context. She just wants me to give you some context. This is Harry's side that had said he would be visiting the king 5 to 6 times in a year, and very soon, perhaps even by the end of the year, we will see the king do a joint appearance with Harry to let people know how desperately the king wants to reunite with Harry. Let me just get a different pen. And I'm getting the energy from Princess Diana that this, and then and so we got those stories from Harry's camp, and then the palace said absolutely not. It was obviously a reporter reported this, the slap back, but it was clear that it came from the palace. So let's find out. Oh, and what was the wording? Some people have mistaken a cup of tea and a slice of cake for the Treaty of Versailles, which basically means the Treaty of Versailles was obviously a well-known peace treaty. This was not a peace treaty. It was a cup of tea and a piece of cake. And so let's see if we can find out who did this slapback come from? Who orchestrated that? Wills. He is fed up, and he's provided some guidance to Charles. Wills feels very strongly about the betrayal of Harry and Meghan, and especially the running to the press. Wills is furious, and Harry shows no sign of stopping, no sign of remorse, and in fact, Harry said his conscience is clear. To Wills, this means almost a clear declaration of war. Harry is not contrite, he does not apologize, and he's going to continue to dig his heels in. He will never, ever stop. He will never, ever stop. So why would Harry's team release this kind of a statement that could so easily be disproved? Because by the end of the year, then they wouldn't have had such a meeting. Never complain. Oh, and that pen is dead. Never complain, never explain. Harry did not expect a response from the palace, and he was very surprised. Very surprised. And in fact, he was shocked that the palace made a reply. He was counting on silence from the palace, and the silence from the palace allows Harry and Meghan to do whatever they want, say whatever they want, make any claims that they want. And Wills is furious. He's fed up. He's had enough. And ironically, it was Meghan who said, "Oh, I had my voice taken from me, like Ariel in The Little Mermaid." And Wills wants to make his voice known. And how does Charles feel about it? Well, Charles obviously is torn. He wants to make up with Harry, but he also realizes that Harry has been a traitor, and Harry keeps continuously proving that he cannot be trusted. And so the main driving force is Will's, but he has support from Charles. Charles understands that his reign is going to be much shorter, obviously, than Queen Elizabeth, and Charles knows what it's like to follow in somebody else's footsteps. People may think that he made a big mistake to allow Harry to have that meeting, and clearly there's been a lot of backlash, but at least now Charles is listening to what William has to say. Also, William told Charles before the meeting that Harry would run to the press. Run to the press. This is an important thing. She wants me to emphasize. Run to the press. And then within not even a day, Harry was on that train talking to the press. He was on the train saying that he had no regrets. He was on the train saying that his conscience was clear. He was on the train saying that he did not air his dirty laundry. He did not. So pretty much denying reality. And so Charles is of the view that maybe Harry is mentally ill because he is just denying the actual facts, the actual reality of the situation. Will's is less forgiving. He just thinks that Harry is deliberately having a go. And it's very clear that Harry and Meghan have turned their anger and their venom more and more towards William and Catherine. And their publicity is a little bit kinder on Charles in the press. William will not put up with this. He understands. He's objective enough to be able to see very clearly that Harry is digging himself in deeper and deeper and deeper into this position. And Harry's, it's the new PR people. The new PR might have worked, excepting Will's did something unexpected. He made sure that a response was issued, and that this new PR of Harry and that woman did not expect Will's response. And of course, that iconic photograph of Catherine and Will's looking so regal. In fact, they looked like the king and the queen, didn't they? They looked like, dare I say it, the fairy tale prince and princess. The thing that Harry has lost sight of is that being regal is not only skin deep, it's everything. It's the identity of the person. It's not what they do, it's who they are. And that for that reason, Meghan would never, ever fit in with the royal family. She had an opportunity. She could have molded herself to the task. As an actress, she could have learned. She could easily have learned. And many question, why didn't she? Why didn't she? Why did she throw it all away? Because she didn't want to be told what to do. She wanted to be the boss. And of course, in the royal family, the boss is the king or the queen. And as strange as it sounds, she has a delusion of still wanting to be queen. And as painful as it is, Will's is right to cut Harry off completely. And Will's will do this. Will's will cut Harry off completely from the royal family when he becomes monarch. You can see how things have not worked with Fergie and Andrew, Sarah. It is a great shame, but everything that anybody in the royal family does reflects on the family and on the monarchy as a whole. And the only solution is for Harry to be completely cut off. And Wills has the stomach to do that. And Charles is starting to see. He's starting to see sense, but not enough to make that final chop. That will be left to Wills as things stand now. That will be left to Wills when he becomes king. And make no mistake, he will be king. And he will be a strong, good king, and he will be much admired, similarly to Queen Elizabeth. He and Catherine will revive the love for the monarchy. That is all for today. And she's gone. Well, thank you, my lovely people, for being with me today. What do you think of this comment from the palace? It is very unusual for them to issue a comment, and I'm delighted that they did. And I think they need to do more of that. Honestly, fight fire with fire. The silence has not helped in the past. They've tried to create a vacuum. So, there's no... there can't be an argument if there's only one side. But unfortunately, that's really not worked. And I think some short, sharp media statements, and also it's a warning sign to Harry and Meghan that they can't just say whatever the hell they want, because there will be blowback, there will be comeback. And I think the best disinfectant for lies and dishonesty is the truth. Shine a light on the truth and people can decide for themselves. But if we only hear one side of the story, then it's difficult. All right, my lovelies, you have a fantastic day, and may the angels walk with you now and always.